Today we have an exciting project, another wrapping video, and of course, it's not just any Cybertruck. This is one of one, and one of the most unique Cybertruck we've ever done, the Cybertruck Mini. So we have this Cybertruck Mini. This is actually Josh's from Chat Charge, and we have a lot of really fun events going on at the Chat Charge. So if you're watching this video, you still can come to it. It's going to be this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be a whole weekend of events. You get to be around your community. But in this case, we wanted to wrap this very, very similar to Josh's car, which we're going to put a photo here. And we're going to do a lot of fun stuff to it. We've already wrapped several of it. And also, if you're coming to the Chat Charge, we're actually giving away a bunch of this DIY kits for those of you who do have a Cybertruck Mini. And this is super fun. It's not for adults, but I think a lot of adults drive it anyway, like me. But this is satin black, and we're blacked out pretty much this whole side, and we're gonna go ahead and finish the other side. And then we're gonna make it look very similar to Josh's car. We're gonna put this light bar, and he made it really big. I mean, a lot of people have this now, but it's a cool effect, and it's gonna look just like his. But we're gonna go ahead and finish it out. So I got some help over here. We can start with like the fender, and then the pillar, and then do the two doors, and then we can do the rear quarter panel. Okay. Honestly, we could probably work in tandem. Kind of the funny thing here, guys, is we're actually using the same vinyl that we use for our kits that we sell for the Cybertrucks. And surprisingly, it is very, very similar in install, except I would say it's way easier just because of a smaller surface area. But you got the door right here, so you can put it up. I'll do the front right here. This one is actually a prototype, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out these. I got my trusted knife right here. Okay. All right, do you want a seat? All right, so check this out. I got my piece right here. And it's literally just peel and stick. So what I like to do with this one is I just start and use this. This is Avery Dennis S7900. So it actually works really well. Look at that. So I just get that corner, and then everything just kind of sits in place. Just like that. And then once you do that, there's some debris under there. Look at that. It goes right into this corner, just like this. Okay. And then once I have that down, basically just pull this a little bit, and then I got that down. And then all I'm focusing on is that body line. And then after that, I kind of just use my fingers at this point. And it just kind of falls into place. Obviously, there's not a seam here, but in the real Cybertruck, there is a seam right there. So then I just fold this in, and then you can see I can just fold this in, and look at that corner. Beautiful. Oops, I kind of messed up right here. But here's the beauty about this vinyl. Look, you just peel this out, and voila, done. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this side right here. And if you need to, you could actually pull this back a little bit, just like the real Cybertruck as well. So you can pull this back, kind of tuck it in just a little bit. Oh, pulling it back too much, I guess. Okay, there we go. And then of course this small little area, just like that. By the way, this isn't an instructional video. This is kind of, we're just finishing it out. We have a lot to do for the Chat Charge event. Definitely don't recommend this, but it's fun. There we go. And use a little bit of heat, and then kind of shape that. Same thing here. For those of you who like Starship, that's the Starship torch. Really cool torch. And we can get it at the SpaceX website. Okay, I'm gonna torch the corner. Yeah, there you go. Fender is completely done. I'm gonna go ahead and how's that one? Pretty good?
Pretty good.
All right, so while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and do the front, and then that way you can work on this while I'm not over there.
Okay.
And then after that, once you're done with the front door, we'll do the pillar together, and then we'll do the rear quarter panel. But
Are you wanting me to heat these to get them all in?
yeah, you can. Let me heat it real quick,
Okay.
and then you could use the felt side.
Heard.
Just make sure that this is all kind of good. Okay. Kind of like. This should be good. Yeah, we normally definitely use a heat gun. This is not recommended. This is just for fun. 'Cause it looks cool too. All right, that part. High risk of burning stuff, so don't do that. All right, so while Destin's working on the rear door and stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and put this final touch right here. Here's what I would recommend to do actually. Open this door and then open it completely wide. And then what we're gonna do is, this is actually a straight line. And I think this will work. We'll give it a little less. Just like that. And we'll see how this works. This is called transfer paper. It's called transfer paper because it's what you use to transfer stuff. Is that on the... Just help me look.
It's on the corner,
It is?
like where the light is, yeah.
Maybe go a little bit more. That's one thing that I think we can... The reason why I'm doing this is making sure... I should have just cut it with our machine, but I kind of use it on our plotter, our smaller one over there. So, kind of... Okay, so check this out. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is kind of the problem right now, is I want to just put it back on backing paper. I'm gonna cut it closer because it's gonna make it really easier, much easier for me to align this. And by the way, guys, our kit is gonna be super fun. I got kids myself actually. So as a parent myself, I want this to be really fun, right? Not so stressful. So we kind of made it in a way I feel like a kid would be able to do it. Put some thought into it, and on top of that, we're gonna give you a sticker pack. So after you're done wrapping it, you're gonna get a special surprise where you could actually decorate with your kiddo, right? So now we got this basically fit it like this, and I have the light on, which makes it easier for me. And look at that. It's perfect, actually. Look at this. That looks crazy. All right, you see I'm just pushing that in. This is what the transfer paper does. You can push it all in like that. And then basically, once it's on, let me see if this is, there you go. I'm gonna slowly peel. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that, that looks so good. Hope Josh is gonna be happy with this. If you are in the surrounding states around Chattanooga, you definitely don't want to miss this event. It's one of the largest southeastern event, honestly, all year round. And it's just really fun. You get to meet a lot of people that kind of like the same cars that, oh snap, I completely messed that one up.
No.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it was really fragile.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna redo that one. I'm sorry, I just can't. do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, but that's okay. This is actually our R&D plotter, and what it is basically we can send the signal of what to cut. And we have a bigger one, a production one that is on the other side of this building. But for really quick cuts like this does most of the stuff that we need to. But then after we do it, our final one is always cut on the production machines because it's absolutely 100% accurate. This can be a little bit off here and there, but it's pretty good enough, honestly. So I got the boom. There you go. Let's go ahead and do that again. I know that kind of sucks, but that's kind of part of it, right? I know you can weed with a normal weeding tool, or you could just use a knife. And guys, this is what if you don't know anything about vinyl, this part sucks, but I'll say that all of our products that we sell, our team does this for you before we send it out. So one of the things that I have to be careful about is how fragile this bead is. So when I peel or push or anything, I'm going to be incredibly careful. All right, so that didn't take too long, but I do need to get some transfer paper, which is somewhere over there. It's called transfer paper for a reason. Basically, you can transfer vinyl so that when you have things like this that have a weakened area and a very low surface area, you're able to... Man, who needs a plotter when you can cut like that? Am I right? No, I'm just kidding. I would still very much like a plotter. It's way easier. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clean this up just a little bit. I don't need that much. All right, second time is the charm. We got this already. We're going to go ahead and peel. And then we're gonna go ahead and line it up down to the center. Okay, and how do I know where the center is? I don't. I'm gonna do my best. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna go too low this time. I'm actually gonna stay a little higher up. I know you might see some of the light, but still, like, just not risky. Just from what happened earlier. And what I'm gonna do this time is just really squeegee that down. Actually squeegee all of it down. Just slowly. Nice. All right, that looks good. Okay, and then of course the top doesn't really matter that much, but I can just fold that down. So we added about a 1.5 centimeter on the top on purpose because it doesn't really matter. And then I want to go ahead and be as careful as I can right here. There you go. That's much cleaner. All right. All right, so here it is. Yes. Cyber. All right, so pillar, let's go ahead and finish this and then we're gonna wrap it up. This is the fastest wrap car ever. I mean, this is like 15 minutes. All right, so basically what I like to do right here is actually just find the straight line using my squeegee. And look at that. Okay, and then you can do your side. I got both. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, just check the top and bottom and stuff.
Is it supposed to go all the way to like the glass?
I mean, it's okay. There's going to be a little bit variance and stuff. But usually there's a little bit more material on the bottom. Yep. And look at that. I know it's intimidating, but what you want to do is just start. It kind of just floats, guys. Boom. 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 So basically, we're creating all these anchor points, right? So that anchor point, and then of course, this part kind of stuck right here. And then, once you feel like your anchor points are good, which looks pretty good, you just do this line right there. And then there we go. And then just go all the way to the top. Got this side. All that's left, guys, is just going in. And notice I could just pull this back a little bit and just really get in there. Go. This is such a fun. We actually have the ATV. For the Cybertruck or Cyber ATV. My kids love it. So I love this Cyber Mini, to be honest, especially if you have a Cybertruck. I think it's awesome. It's just a way to bond with your kiddos. We're gonna add a couple last minute touches right here later on. Get that blue, but that is fully wrapped, ready for chat charge. Like I said, just a couple minor touches that we need to do. And guys, we also have another car we need to finish, and it's the Model S. And we're gonna be wrapping this in this matte orange right here, and then we're gonna put the decal for chat charge. This is gonna be the kids corner. So if you have kids, super kid friendly and welcome for families. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And like I said, we're gonna be giving away a bunch of these kits. I don't know how many, but we'll see how many we can make. And then it'll probably be like a bunch of Satin blacks that we'll give out, right? But it's just a lot more fun, especially if it looks like your Cybertruck. So hopefully you enjoy this video on making a kit video. This is traditionally not what we do, but it's been a lot of fun. And we wanted to document it a little bit. And the kit will already be out by the time this video is out. So we'll see you later.